In this video, I'm going to be showing you ways you can mount a gun using a good magnet. And the reason I'm using magnets is because where I'm going to be mounting this is underneath a slate or it's tile surface, and of course if it was wood you'd be able to put this kind of holster in, just a more or less cheaper holster that you can mount underneath wood, or and just a way to get hide it under your dresser, or coffee table or something like that. Or where I'm mounting it, these magnets should hold my Glock 19. And it's the same kind of, I got this out of a big screen TV. I think this one's a 3-inch. As you can see, this is what it looks like on bottom. They're much smaller. And what I did is I just wedged it off. You just stick a screwdriver in here and just or a chisel or something like that. But you probably mess your chisel up because it was a little difficult to get this off. And you just more or less wedge it underneath here and keep hitting it, and the thing will just pop off. And what you're seeing here is what was holding it. It looks like some type of glue or something. These little screw heads, they stick up just a little bit, and which would make it, I would think, to be a little bit rough on your gun. So what I've done is I've sanded them down on this one to make the surface smooth enough. And yes, it does hold. Well, I accidentally did that. They hold extremely well. And the only thing I'm going to use on this, well, here's another tip. If you're going to go this route, and if they do have those, I had a file which I was filing it down, and of course the file is made out of some type of steel, and it was constantly sticking to this as you're trying to file, so that is fun. A reciprocator or something like that, maybe even a standard sander might be better than the file. Plus the little shavings got all over it, which are a nightmare to get a splinter in that. And I would recommend gloves if you're going to do it that way. This is the only thing I'm planning on using super glue to actually hold the speaker. I'm going to super glue the surface right here, stick it up there, put the gun on this side, but I'm worried about the gun being on this surface. So I've got an old shirt my kids had, and I'm more or less just going to rip it up to cover all the way around the edges. And this notch that's automatically built in right here, I'm going to use these zip ties. I might even actually daub just a few dots of glue here, super glue. Put the shirt over it, make sure it wraps over, and any excess, trim it off with a razor blade or whatever. Stick it up there, and the gun will go right against here on the shirt. So let's see how this works. Okay, I got the shirt cut. As you can see, I cut it perfectly straight. Kidding. Okay, what I'm going to do is, this is the one I filed down. Let's see. Yes, this is the one I filed down. And what I'm going to do is just lay it over the top of it. Do a little test. See if this works. I do have a lot of excess. That's fine. And let's see if it sticks. Yeah, that's holding well. Now, you don't want it to hold too well. If you got like a 10-inch speaker or something, that'd probably be a bad thing. You wouldn't be able to actually get the gun off in an emergency. But yeah, this holds really well. But like I said, you don't want it holding really good. You wouldn't even be able to get your gun off. So what I'm going to do, like I said, now I ain't put the super glue on this yet until I get it ready, because that stuff dries pretty fast. But I'm going to go ahead and put a few dots on here to more or less hold it on, probably right beside these on each side of it or something. And I'll put the zip tie on it and clean it up and show you what that looks like. Okay, the super glue held extremely well. You can see the more or less the dots. I put the heavier ones on the outside. I figured the edge would have more pressure, and then I just put them little ones just kind of randomly. And this super glue holds extremely well. That's about the strongest I've ever seen. And actually it didn't dry real fast, so I was able to kind of take my time. And I haven't put any more on there. Well, I put the band, as you can see, around it. It was on a bottom groove. It had a groove right here on the top, as you can see. And then I put it around this bottom one, tighten it down really, really tight. And this is where the glue is going to go on the table, because it's got that little rise. But I'm going to put a few extra drops right in here, and more or less go ahead and bend it over and reinforce it, stick it down. I think that would hold extremely well in case that band were to just slip off, because I didn't actually glue the band down. That's where the edge of the band is. And like I said, I'm just going to glue a couple of them around and trim this up. Okay, got that done. And that's what it looks like on the bottom. Like I said, I glued all these edges down so that they won't actually move now. They're in there. And that's it. Something to remember, if the speaker's bigger, you can actually use a thicker material, to protect the gun, I guess, over the long haul, slam it underneath there every day. I plan on moving mine pretty much daily. I kind of move it around with me all through the house, but I had to make mine a little bit thinner, but, I'm not really worried about scratching up my gun that much. And with the thicker material, or it might not grab as well. So, something to think about if you had something really pretty that you wanted to protect. Like I said, layer something a little thicker, some type of maybe even wool or something, and see if it'll stick to it or get a bigger magnet. But yeah, that works just right. Now, time to glue it and stick it underneath the tile in there and see if this works. Alright, here's the table I'm going to be mounting it under. It's more of a slate, river rock type tile. This is where I sit. So basically when you're sitting here, you can lean back in your chair and just reach under. As you can see, it's just glued down, I guess you call it tile. And what I'm going to do is stick this right there, where the gun I can just reach under and grab it. And you can't put any screws or anything in that. If it was for the other one, if this had been just more or less a hardwood or some type of oak, I could have just dropped in that other one, a cheaper one. But that's why I'm having to do it this way. Let's see how it works. Okay, I just put a clip in. There's not one in the chamber, but I'm going to show you that it is loaded, just for the weight purposes, that it will hold. You can see that in focus. It is all the way down to 15. Alright, I'll put a flashlight down here just so you can see better. There it is up there on the front tile. If I can put my arm in here, keep it in focus. Put a flashlight on it, and there it is. So it holds well there, and as you can see, the handle is completely free, so I can still grab it really easy. I'm going to be making a video on where I got that Punisher symbol, if you're wondering. And I'm going to show you what it's going to look like on the other side. You're sitting back, taking it easy. Boom! Bad guy's coming in your house. Crap! I can't run over there and get my gun because he's coming right at me. Well, I got the dog. He could have done something. He didn't. I'm in trouble. No. I got it underneath here. So all you have to do is reach under, grab it, come across, boom. Might save your life. Something to think about. So, thanks for watching.